Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, May 30th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes all closed higher this week. The Nasdaq Composite Index led gains, rising 376.55 points to 19,113.77, showing a very strong positive trend. The S&P 500 Index closed at 5,911.69, demonstrating strong upward momentum. The Dow 30 Index advanced 666.99 points to 42,270.7. Market breadth was decisively positive this week. The S&P 500 Index showed 341 advancing stocks versus 154 declining. The Nasdaq Composite Index displayed similar strength with 1,789 advancers against 1,284 decliners. The Russell 2000 Index notably had nearly twice as many advances as declines. Weekly returns were broadly positive. The Nasdaq Composite Index outperformed with a 2% return, while the S&P 500 Index gained 1.88%. Month to date, the Nasdaq stands out with a significant 9.56% return, while other indexes showed more modest gains. Looking at longer-term performance, the Nasdaq Composite Index leads with a 10-year annual return rate of 14.2%. The S&P 500 Index follows with 10.9%, while the Russell 2000 Index trails with a 5.2% annual rate over the same period.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. SharpLink Gaming surged over 1,000% to 76.70, hitting a new yearly high. Sparrow Therapeutics jumped 259% to 2.50, while IM Cannabis climbed 224% to 6.20. Weekly returns show remarkable performance. SharpLink Gaming led with a 1,041% weekly return, averaging 145% daily gains. Sparrow Therapeutics and IM Cannabis both posted strong month-to-date returns, exceeding 250%. Looking at longer-term performance, SharpLink Gaming shows a 594% one-year return, but negative 3- and 10-year results. Sparrow Therapeutics demonstrates positive returns across both 1- and 3-year timeframes. Among large caps, Ulta Beauty led gains, rising 15.8% to 471.46 and hitting a new yearly high. Hologic followed with a 14.5% increase, while Warner Bros. Discovery added 10.7%. Weekly returns for large caps show Ulta Beauty leading with a 15.8% gain and strong month-to-date momentum of 19.2%. Hologic and Warner Bros. Discovery both posted double-digit weekly returns. 10-year performance highlights Ulta Beauty with a 209% return, averaging 11.9% annually. Hologic shows modest gains of 73.8% over 10 years, while Warner Bros. Discovery has declined 70.6%. Among worst performers, Patriot National Bancorp plunged 73.1% to 1.45. Medicus Pharma and Revelation Biosciences both fell 65%, with Revelation hitting a new all-time low. Weekly declines were severe, with Patriot National dropping 73.1% and showing minus 64.8% month-to-date return. Revelation Biosciences has fallen 88.5% year-to-date, while Rocket Pharmaceuticals shows minus 80% decline. Leading the worst performers, Patriot National Bancorp plunged 73.1% to 1.45. Medicus Pharma and Revelation Biosciences both fell 65%. Rocket Pharmaceuticals dropped 59.9% amid strong downward volatility, while Jinxin Technology Holding Company declined 59.3%. Among large caps, Regeneron Pharmaceuticals led declines, falling 16.6% to 490.28, hitting new yearly lows. Cooper Companies dropped 13.3%, while Texas Pacific Land fell 12.4% with notable volatility. HP and Cadence Design Systems declined 11% and 9% respectively. Weekly performance shows Regeneron with the steepest average daily decline at 4%. Cooper Companies and Texas Pacific Land averaged daily drops of 3.3% and 3.2% respectively. HP fell 2.8% daily, while Cadence dropped 2.2% daily. Looking at longer-term returns, Regeneron shows a 49% one-year decline. Cooper Companies is down 24% for the year. Despite recent weakness, Texas Pacific Land maintains strong 10-year returns exceeding 2,100%. HP and Cadence show mixed long-term performance.
And now on to U.S. sector performance. Leading sectors show significant strength. Real estate led with a 2.7% gain, followed by technology up 2.3%. Communication services advanced 2.1% with a very strong upward trend. Market breadth shows strength across sectors. Technology shows particularly robust participation, with 459 advancing stocks versus 214 declining. Communication services maintains positive breadth, with 119 advances against 78 declines. Healthcare, despite price gains, shows concerning breadth with more decliners than advancers. Short-term returns highlight strong momentum. Real estate leads weekly returns at 2.7%. Technology shows impressive month-to-date gains of 10.8%, while communication services follows closely with 9.6% month-to-date returns. Long-term performance reveals technology's dominance with a remarkable 525% 10-year total return, averaging 20.1% annually. Communication services and consumer defensive show steady growth with 10-year returns of 124% and 83% respectively. Healthcare lags with more modest long-term gains of 78% over the decade.
Real estate stocks showed strength this week. Host Hotels and Resorts and Essex Property Trust both gained 5.3%, leading the sector. UDR rose 4.9%, while Avalon Bay Communities and Prologis advanced 4.4% and 4.3% respectively. Most stocks show mixed negative trends. Looking at returns, Host Hotels and Resorts shows the strongest monthly return at 9.7%, though it's down 11.6% year-to-date. Prologis has maintained positive returns across all timeframes, with a notable 6.3% gain this month. In long-term performance, Prologis stands out with an impressive 10-year annual rate of return of 10.6%. Host Hotels and Resorts shows the most weakness over the decade, with a minus 2.5% annual rate of return. Other stocks in the group show modest positive 10-year returns, around 2.4%.
Underperforming sectors show mixed results. Energy dropped 0.42% to 619.34, showing a very strong negative trend and breaking downward after 3 days flat. Consumer cyclical led gains, rising 1.7% to 1,717.38, while experiencing sideways movement. Market breadth reveals interesting patterns. Industrials showed strong positive momentum, with 482 advances versus 141 declines. Utilities displayed nearly balanced movement with 39 advances against 45 declines, despite its upward price trend. Short-term returns highlight sector divergence. Industrials and consumer cyclical Both posted strong weekly gains above 1.4%. Meanwhile, energy continued its decline with negative returns across weekly and year-to-date periods. Long-term performance shows significant variation. Consumer cyclical leads with an 11% annual rate over 10 years. Energy lags significantly with just 0.8% annual returns over the same period, reflecting persistent underperformance.
Energy stocks showed broad weakness this week. Texas Pacific Land led the decline, dropping 12.4% to 1,114.3. Devon Energy, Schlumberger, and Halliburton all broke downward after periods of flat trading, showing very strong negative trends. Weekly returns highlight significant pressure on energy stocks. Texas Pacific Land posted the largest decline at -12.4% for the week. Month to date, it's down 13.6%. Halliburton shows the most significant year-to-date weakness, down nearly 28%. Long-term performance varies widely in energy stocks. Texas Pacific Land stands out with a remarkable 10-year return of 2,121%. In contrast, Schlumberger and Halliburton have both declined over 50% during the same period.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host, Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.